has had a lot of injury issues. You have had a lot of point guard depth behind Jamal Murray, but Jamal Murray is also coming back next year, so he'll be healthy. So you're expecting him to play 36 plus minutes tonight. So it's like, well, we can find a backup point guard. We don't have to overpay for Monty Morris, who was a really, really good fill-in and is one of the best 6-man in basketball year over year. I still think this is a pretty important move for the Nuggets because these kind of moves are kind of terrifying. Where like one of the biggest things about the Nuggets in the last couple of years is just that like they have been able to survive losing Jamal Murray, losing Michael Porter Jr. because of their depth. They are sacrificing some depth here. Like Monty Morris, you know what you have, and Will Barton is a good glue guy. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, like we'll see how he fits in. We'll see what that looks like, but they have sacrificed some depth. So I am curious to see how he fits in with this group. And if he closes with this team, if like what his role is, if it's like a just seamless KCP, Jamal Murray, Aaron Gordon, Michael Porter Jr., Nikola Jokic 5, because that is a really good veteran mix of win now guys. Like that is a lineup that you could see in the finals. Like I could see that. But what we've seen the last couple of years, there's a reason Miami is knocking on the door of the finals every year now. And it's because of their depth. Like there is a reason that they are going to keep doing that and keep finding ways to just bounce back and people are going to discount them. There's a reason the Lakers did not make the playoffs this past year, Corbin.
Yes,
and
there is.
yeah, there's a reason that the Clippers still made the play-in, which is they were able to survive without there because they are so freaking deep. You have to. With how much basketball has been played the last couple of years from the bubble on, these guys are gassed and you need bodies. So I am always going to be wary of teams who do we're going to save some money and we're going to just get the better name and sacrifice some depth, some bodies. And what do you think about KCP in that point?
No, I agree. I think it's something to be said for not only having solid depth, but also experience. A player who is still 29, still in whatever his prime is as a role player. Championship experience, what he has done with the Lakers in that bubble in 2020. One could argue, I don't think it's an argument to be made, that he was the third most important player on that team next to LeBron and AD during that entire playoff run. The guy who consistently brought it in the conference finals against Denver and in the finals against the Miami Heat. So you're also getting a player who shot, between 38 and 40% from three over the last 3 seasons. That's a guy who's also played point guard nominally at times. And with Nikola Jokic, you don't really need a point guard of the traditional sense, but a guy who can literally bring the ball up and get it into Jokic to run the action. KCP can do that. He can spot up along the wing. He can spot up around the 3-point line. He's able to do a little kind of pump fake and go. Like he's a solid shooting guard. And a guy who can play between the 1 and the 3. You primarily want him at the 2, kind of undersized defensively at the 3, not really a point guard at the 1, but defensively can kind of swing between those 3 and can do a decent job of it. And so you're getting the type of player that, for Denver, that's great. Like you said, it's going to add to that depth. He's going to play alongside Jamal Murray perfectly. Going to be a great fit with Michael Porter Jr., with Jokic, with Aaron Gordon coming off the bench. Wherever you want him, he's going to be like a perfect kind of blend-in. Like, is he like the type of earth-shaking, monumental piece? No, we wouldn't be talking about right now if he were. But he is the type of piece that you go, wow, okay, like that smooths over potential weakness or that shores up, a little bit of depth that was lacking, or is just a better fit than Monte Morris. You don't need a traditional point guard when you have a point guard on the floor almost 100% of the time between Jokic and Murray.
Yeah, I think it's going to be one I'm really, really excited about. And I don't think we'll know if this is a good one until playoff time. I don't know. This is one.
Interesting.
I think this is a regular season. They'll be fine. We won't really notice it. But come playoff time where it's like, oh, they're only 6 to 7 guys deep now. Like this is not the same Nuggets team anymore where, all right, like this is our 5 and we're going to live and die and we're going to see what happens with this 5. And if it's enough shooting, like I am curious to see if this will be enough shooting with this group, but we shall see. Number 6, this might surprise some folks. Kevin Huerter in a salary dump to Sacramento. Suddenly you look at the wing depth and it's Harrison Barnes, Kevin Huerter, and Keegan Murray, who you saw in person show out in Summer League. Older player.
So polished.
Yeah, ready to score